Good morning, prospective accomplices. I've come here today to speak on a topic that has been foremost on the minds of Americans in the closing months of election season, a topic of which we were reminded again just recently when for the second time since July, a presidential candidate, our Republican presidential candidate, was the target of an assassination attempt. The topic I am here to address is political violence, and to the television cameras and radio microphones, to the media, to the world at large, seeing and hearing me right now, I say this: political violence is unacceptable, it is un-American, and I condemn it in all its forms. I say that, but just between you and me, I got no problems with political violence. We Republicans know that political violence is very useful. It's good for us. I have to come out here and clutch my pearls about it. Metaphorically speaking, I don't wear pearls, I'm all man. But the truth is, political violence is kind of my favorite thing. Or if not my very favorite thing, at least pretty high up there on the list. Let's see, power, money, political violence. So, number 3 on the list, right above number 4, which is joyless utilitarian sex. So that's a prominent placement on the list for political violence. Maybe guns is number 4, actually. I must like guns more than sex. I am a Republican. And if you think about it, yeah, okay, guns should be number 3, and political violence should be number 4, because you need the guns before you can have the political violence. I mean, the really primo kind. So sorry, I'm doing this on the fly. I'm getting back on topic as soon as I'm done making my list. Now sit down and shut the fuck up. Whose kid is this anyway? It's power, money, guns, political violence, joyless utilitarian sex carried on purely for physical release and to indulge my compulsion to dominate. That's the top 5. So, still very high placement for political violence, and rightly so. I love it because it's so useful. We can deploy political violence and the threat of political violence as an offensive and a defensive weapon. It's like a tank. When we Republicans are the targets of political violence, we can hide behind it and play victim, and God damn it, there aren't too many things more fun than playing victim about some minor act of violence committed against one of us. Our guy getting grazed in the ear by a bullet, or the Secret Service arresting someone hiding on his golf course with an AK-47, while we completely ignore all the violence and threats that are coming from our side, not to mention the truly vicious shit we're openly promising to do once we assume power and take our country back! It's awesome. You know what makes it so fun? The fact that the media and the Democrats always fall for it. We're pointing an AR-15 at the head of democracy, and someone throws a rock at us. And we're like, oh God, why? Why? Stop throwing rocks at us, please. It hurts, it hurts. And instantly these suckers all go, are you okay? Do you need anything? What should we do? Do you want us to be nicer to you? We'll be nicer to you from now on. We're so sorry this happened. Meanwhile, we don't even have to bring that rifle back up because we never dropped it to begin with. It's like the speck in our eye and the stick in our eye, and we're making a bigger deal about the speck than the... Right? Something like that? It's a Bible story. I don't know. I never read it. I heard one of the Chucky churches from our side talking about it, but I was only paying half attention. I was watching this video Kid Rock sent me where he had someone make a jack-o'-lantern that looks like Taylor Swift's head. Then he filled it with M80 firecrackers and blew it up. was hilarious. Those killjoys at the FBI told me I'm not allowed to show it to anybody, but find me after. Maybe we can work something out. I wasn't serious about that, by the way. Never approach me for any reason. Another nice thing about getting to play victim after political violence that's directed at us is that act has got some staying power. It's been, 2 months since our guy got winged in the ear? And he's fine. He wasn't hurt. He wore a Band-Aid on his ear for like a week, and that was it. We've still got people out on the campaign trail saying they tried to kill him. This is all the Democrats' fault. They told people he was a threat to the Constitution. This madness has to stop. Like he survived the Oklahoma City bombing or something. Oh, shit, remember that one? Oklahoma City. How Clinton took a hold of it and turned it to his advantage. Ugh, if only one of our guys had been president then, we could have convinced everybody that McVeigh was actually a leftist and used it as an excuse to really fuck some shit up around here. Oh well. We'll always have 9/11. Because that's the thing. When we're the targets, it doesn't matter where the political violence comes from or what the motive was. The gunman who took a shot at our guy in July? Republican. The guy they arrested at the golf course with an AK the other day? Republican. We're still blaming it on the Democrats. We're still getting the Democrats to second guess themselves. We're still getting people in the media to tone police the Democrats and question whether their messaging about us has been too harsh. Can you believe how easy this shit is? And as an offensive weapon, nothing better for us than political violence. We don't even have to actually do anything. Just the possibility, just the threat is enough to scare people into not fucking with us. Remember that shit that went down at Arlington Cemetery last month? The Army closed the case because the Arlington employee who got shoved or whatever decided not to bring charges. Why? Because she feared retaliation from our side. Nice job, everybody. Pride isn't a feeling I usually associate with you low-living scum. I despise you, and I hate the fact that I still need to court you for votes and donations in order to obtain and keep the power that, as I discussed earlier, is my very favorite thing. But I can admit it. After the Arlington thing, I was proud of you. For the past several decades, but especially for the last 9 years, we, your leaders in the Republican Party, have done our best to turn you into a gullible, unstable, reactionary mob, and you have lived down to every expectation we have set for you. Each time we lower the bar, you all just burrow right under it. There is no depth to which we can't get you to sink, usually with just minimal effort on our part. Think about this. Someone from our side, our guy's presidential campaign, laid hands on a staff member at Arlington National Cemetery, a staff member who was only trying to enforce the rules in place to protect the dignity and privacy of the families of dead soldiers. And this staff member declined to press charges because she was worried about what you would do to her if she did. One of us assaulted an employee of Arlington Cemetery and got away with it because of the threat of violent retribution from you. And threats of violence, not to mention full-on acts of violence from you, have become so normalized over the years that the media didn't even make that big of a deal out of it. You dim-witted goons are the best, by which I mean the worst. Sure. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah! I'll join in. Here's to you rubes being willing to go to prison for some shit I told you to do. All right! You know what else? It's a good thing usually all it takes is the threat of violence to get things to go our way, because most of you couldn't whip cream if you had an electric mixer and all day to do it. Walking around acting tough, packing guns, you don't even know what end the bullets come out. That was so you didn't get to thinking I liked you too much. Political violence. The truth is, we Republicans love it. Why shouldn't we love it? We own it. The cultural and political climate we're all living in right now, we created it. We mastered the art of stochastic terrorism. I know most of you don't know what that means. If any of your grandkids are still speaking to you, get them to Google it for you. And we used it to build this world to work just how we want it to work. It's a world where the highest authority isn't the rule of law or the Constitution. And it sure as hell is not the will of the people. The highest authority is fear. Fear of what we'll do if we take over, and fear of what we'll do if they don't let us. Either way, we win. We wrote the rules, and we wrote them so that we can't possibly lose. That's the only kind of game any Republican worth a damn ever bothers to play. We're playing a big game right now, and the clock's running down, so get back out there and keep doing what you've been doing. Threats, intimidation, the occasional show of force, assuming enough of you can get together and not fuck it up. Target immigrants, target gay and trans people, target Democrats. Shit, target other Republicans. We can use it. We will use it, just like we'll use you until we don't need you anymore. And then everybody will see what real political violence looks like. Fight! 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 You never hear the one with your name on it, baby!